All right, hello, lovely students. It is Monday, and if you remember today and tomorrow, I'll be working a lot with senior thesis. So you can contact me in the chat or in the email if you have a question about upcoming work, but there's nothing due Monday and Tuesday. So it's a good day to catch up or to get ahead on a few other things. So we're switching gears to review. This Wednesday, I'm going to have a reflection assignment due. There's going to be some options as to how far you go with that. So I'm trying to allow some flexibility there if you'll check the LMS page. Thursday, I'm going to offer Zoom meeting times in the afternoon for each class for us to be able to discuss the books face-to-face, sort of. So go ahead and check that out. I'll have the times and links on that page for each class. Remember, May 20th is when books are due. I had that in a last week's PowerPoint, but I'll also put it on the LMS page so that you can remember which ones you need to bring back and which ones you do not. And finally, I'm about to go over an optional creative assignment, and that'll be due no later than May 21st, but it's optional. So I'm going to explain a little bit more here. All right. So let me share that screen with you. Okay, so I'll post this on the LMS page, but the goals with this creative option assignment is to provide some creative review, but to also not put a lot of pressure on you guys with everything wrapping up. So it's really supposed to be like a review thing that's to, give you some kind of closure and way to engage with the stories. So one of the goals is creative expression. The other is community, and I know that there's not a whole lot of community online, but what you'll be doing is posting your work and then being able to comment on each other's work and to see the creative things your classmates have created. And then a grade boost if you need it. So this will be pretty much a completion grade. If you do it, then you get pretty much an A, okay? And you can complete one of these assignments that I'll go over in a minute to replace a fourth quarter assignment that is worth 25 points or less. So any of the assignments that we've done, if it's 25 points or less, you can replace that assignment if you're not happy with it or if you didn't get to do it with this assignment here. You can't replace your novel analysis or the worldview paper. So the big long paper, that's not it. That's worth more than 25 points. So that's a no-go. You can complete this assignment for an extra 25-point grade in the grade book. Okay, so if you wanted to boost your grade that way, we could see, whichever one that you needed. Now, if you've got everything turned in and pretty much a grade of an A, this isn't going to do too much. Okay. And I realize that grades, they don't count unless they help you this quarter. So I'm really just providing this of like, if you need the help or if you just want to complete this for creativity's sake, that's fine too. So you can complete this assignment, again, for the sake of creativity and sharing and that kind of thing, or to give you something to do if you're like, I'm bored. Or you can actually, I can't believe I'm actually saying this, I never thought I would as a teacher, but you can forgo this assignment. If you are swamped with end of the year stuff or family related activities, then you don't actually have to do this one. You have to do the other things I've posted, but you don't have to do this one. So if you're like, Ms. Carrier, I've got a whole lot going on in honors biology or honors history or something like that, then you know what? This is something that I'm going to say, hey, don't judge yourself. Don't feel bad. I'm not judging you either. Now, if you're wanting to forgo this assignment to play Fortnite, I don't even know if you still do that in 10th grade, but anyway, if you're wanting to do this just to play Fortnite, then you might want to think, okay, am I, making the best of the opportunities that I have here? Could I not, schedule Fortnite this time and do this thing that she's provided here for us to do? So you will be posting these again in a discussion post format so that others can enjoy your work and provide encouraging feedback. So whereas other creative assignments we've done, you just turned them into me, this one other people will get to see. Something that I've learned is with the videos, LMS and PA email does not accept files larger than 20 megabytes. So if you find out that your video is more than 20 megabytes, then you can divide it into two parts and share it via a Google Drive. I know some students have done that. or others have, with parental permission and safety measures, I have to point that out, uploaded to YouTube and then posted the link for me to see. So if you need help with that, just let me know. If it's going to be too much of a headache for you to go through all the tech on that, there's other low-tech options for you. So here are the options. I've divided them up into drama, writing, and then the last one is more with the other arts, so like art, dance, music, okay? So the length for drama, if you do a video, it just needs to be like a minute and a half, 2 minutes. There's a script part that's only 1 to 2 typed pages. So let's look at this. So one, you can perform a scene from the book. You can do this as a reader's theater, or you can actually act out the scene. And again, you can recruit family members, pets, stuffed animals, all of that, however you want to do that. Director's notes, create a cast list and a script for a scene from the book. So this is a little different from the cast list and prompt book because you're not writing on a script. What you're doing is you're creating one. So you would create the cast list. You can assign roles for the scene you pick to people in your family, friends, classmates, famous actors and actresses. You can use your creativity, imagination there. And then create a 2-page script complete with stage directions and blocking. So this is the formatting for that. So if it's not a full 2 pages, if it's like 1 page, that's okay. But 2 pages tops on the script because you're typing. And so the font's smaller than maybe some of your handwriting, but at the same time, you're not using a full line. So this is what it would look like, Star Wars fans, don't critique too closely. I may not have the dialogue exact, but you have, the character's name with the colon afterward. You start a new, line each time you have a new character. Stage directions that you have are also actions, and they're in italics and parentheses. And then you have your dialogue there as well. All right, and then finally on the drama section, you can actually stage an interview with a character. So you would need someone to play the character and someone to be the host. And it's just about a 1.5 to 2-minute interview that you video, and you turn in your questions along with the video of the interview. Okay, so that just shows me that you prepared some questions ahead of time, hopefully. All right, so that's the drama options. Now, you could also just do fan fiction. So think 300 to 500 words. That's about 1 typed page or a 1.5 pages typed. You could do a side story. So pick a minor event in the story that sparks your curiosity, that's not explored a lot in the book, and write what you think happened. So dialogue is a must. You can write an epilogue for the book. Again, dialogue is a must. You can rewrite a scene or about an event from another character's point of view, include that character's thoughts and reactions, include dialogue, create a diary journal entry for that character from the book, including, that character's thoughts and all of that. This one you can divide your word count into several different entries, or just make it one big entry. So that's fine as well. So just to clarify, you can do this for The Great Gatsby or any other thing that we've read in literature this year. So it could be your individual novel, it could be for Old Man and the Sea, it could be for Macbeth, it could be for, any of those. So art, music, dance. So the length for those videos, again, 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. You could create a comic strip, so about 8 squares for a scene from the book. I need to be able to tell which characters are which, and they need to have dialogue bubbles and all of that. Or you can create sketches and illustrations of like 3 to 5 characters, demonstrating what you imagine they look like. You could write a song based on events or characters' reflections in the book, and you would, of course, video that and send it to me. Or you could choreograph and perform a dance reflecting the story, themes, and emotions in the book. Okay. Now, if you're like, I'm not really as creative as all those things, you could do a movie review. So with parental permission, you could find and watch a movie adaptation of a book. I would definitely check some of the adaptations out, especially some of the things that we read ahead of time so that you don't get more than you bargained for. And then just write a 300 to 500 word review of the movie. So how faithful is it to the book? What interpretation of the book does it give? Is it well done? What makes it a good, mediocre, poor adaptation of the book? And tell me which version of the movie you watched. So that's another option as well. So just remember, if you have questions, you can ask me. If you've got an idea that I've not mentioned or a question that I didn't address in this, you can message me in the chat. Remember, these are options. Okay, so I don't want to overwhelm you all. I want to provide opportunities to explore, create, but also to breathe a little bit at the end of the year. So if you have any other questions, just let me know, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.